Hi singers, we're back and today we're going to talk about your tongue, which seems kind of a weird subject to focus on, but trust me, for singing it is very important and I'm about to tell you why. So as you can see, our tongue actually hooks down into the bottom of our jaw, all the way down here. So when you have tongue tension, and what I mean by tongue tension is your tongue is pulled back like this. When your tongue's pulled back, this is all tense. So we do not want that. When we learn how to sing, we do a lot of loosening of the tongue, flattening of the tongue. The tongue is just sitting here forward at your mouth and it's gotta feel like this. So tongue is really important. Also, when it comes to language, your tongue is used very differently in singing than in speaking. And so we're about to go over that too. So most untrained singers do have tongue tension. The way I like to work on it personally is using these little popsicle sticks. Because what you can do is you can lay your tongue flat. What I like to say is put your tongue forward over your bottom teeth like this. And what I'm gonna say it does, like really loose, there's no tension in there. You're gonna have to get used to sounding kind of funny for a little bit, okay? Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. So that's a down tongue, a tongue that's down and flat. That's what we want. What you don't want is your tongue lifting up like this. Yeah. Tense, I'm tense, I'm tense, bad. So what you want to do is you can practice with a popsicle stick or a tongue depressor on a song, on your scales, and get this kind of feeling of like, you can actually sing like, some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. So I'm training my tongue to stay down and kind of singing on the words. That's going to help. So the most important thing about your tongue and singing is learning how to sing the language properly. Singing and speaking are very different. So when you learn how to sing and you learn how to sing correctly with your tongue position, it's actually almost like learning a new language because the way you use your mouth and tongue is very different from how you speak. I'm going to use this U2 song as an example. This is how most beginning singers sing. They go like this. But I still haven't found what I'm looking for. So do you see how I'm grabbing on those consonants and not sitting on the vowels? I like to think of it like this. So when we speak, it's this. Vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant. So it all kind of bleeds together and we actually, especially in America, reach more for the consonant than we do the vowel. When we sing, we want it to be vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant. So our vowels are bright and open and our consonants are short, sharp, and clipped, and they don't bleed together. This is the difference between diphthongs and monophthongs. A diphthong just means that the vowel changes shape and is colored. So if I say this, hey, you see how I'm changing the vowel shape? As opposed to a monophthong, which is one sound, and it sounds like this, hey. So I'm still making the word hey, but I'm holding on the vowel way longer, and the consonant is short and clipped. Okay, so an example of how to do this is that same U2 song. Instead of, but I still haven't found what I'm looking for. So as you can hear, I'm hanging on the L, I'm hanging on the R, and I'm closing the O too soon. How we want to sound when we sing this is like this. But I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Do you hear how I'm staying on the vowel and keeping the sound pure as I go through? So the word still is hard because the consonants that are hard are L's, R's, N's. Those are the hardest consonants. So you're going to want to grab onto those. Still, still. If you can see my tongue right here, still, still. I'm using my whole tongue to make an L, okay? That's not how we want to sound when we make an L in singing. We want it to sound more You can say British or Italian. I like to go Italian because it's la, still, still. So if you can see, I'm not using my whole tongue. The back of my tongue is staying down. The front of my tongue is just going boop and flipping up a tiny bit. And that's gonna make a brighter, more beautiful L. So instead of this, still, it's this. Still. So you're hanging on the I, you're hanging on the vowel and making that L just soft and short. And then we'll keep going. Haven't found. So that's me hanging on the ends. Haven't found. If I was gonna say it, I would say haven't found. If I wanna say it the way I wanna sing it, it's this. Haven't found. I still haven't found what I'm looking for. So kind of like tall British, right? That's what we're going for. So instead of haven't found, it's haven't found, right? So we've got stays longer, the ND is short and clipped. And then what I'm looking for, bad, right? What I'm looking for. We don't want to sing it like that. We want to sing it like what I'm looking for, okay? What I'm looking for. And that's how we want to sing it. Nice open vowels and really short consonants. This seems like it's easy, but it's not. This takes time to train your tongue, to learn how to just use the tip of the tongue, to separate the jaw from the tongue. So instead of this, la, 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 you're doing this. La, 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 la. See how my jaw's not engaging, but my tongue is. So when you start this process, it's important to practice those different consonants and be aware. Remember. So that was a good example because I have to make the R, so your tongue has to get into that R position. Re. But if you notice, what I'm doing is I'm making the R and then the tongue is going straight down and forward again. So you're going re. Instead of this, remember. That's way too much R. So usually the rule of thumb is if an R is at the end of the word, for, remember, we don't really say an R. It's more of like an like that, remember. British R, remember. Or I like to think of it sort of like a German umlaut, you know, the O. If you know German, I don't know why you would, but somebody does out there, I'm sure. If you have an O with those two dots, it's this feeling of So if you can see, my mouth is kind of round and pursed. So instead of this, remember, you're doing remember. So that's how we're going to work on R's. So vowels are very important as well, and we want to make sure we learn how to do most vowels. So if I'm doing me, may, ma, mo, moo, do you see how my mouth is kind of stretched and pinched and I don't have a lot of space right here? Those aren't good vowels. The way we want to sing vowels is we want to have space, this sort of loosening of space here, the jaw's relaxed. You can actually feel where your jaw hinges right here, and if you come forward just a little bit, you can use your fingers like this, and you can think, okay, I'm gonna maintain that space, I'm gonna keep my tongue forward, and then you can sing it like this. Mi, me, ma, mo, moo. So you can see the corners of my mouth stay relaxed. I'm staying tall, and my vowels sound prettier and warmer, but you can still hear the difference between them. Mi, me, ma, mo, moo. And my tongue is forward, as you can see. So those are the different vowels. When you make an ah vowel, tongue down. Ma, ma, ma. O, you want to make sure your mouth is round for that O. Mo, mo, mo. Or it'll sound like this. Mo, mo, mo. And kind of mumbly. You don't want to sound like that. There are mas. Ma, ma, ma. But as you can see, it's not ma, ma. Like my tongue is down and flat. Ma, ma, ma. Like that. The hardest vowel is definitely the E vowel. This is the one I see most people struggle with because your natural tendency is to make an E. Like you can see when I say tendency, my mouth is spreading apart and you can hear that sort of bite in my sound. We have to learn how to do our E vowels longer and sort of warmer. So this is how we want to do the E. As you can see, my mouth is staying relaxed. I'm maintaining this space. My tongue is forward. This is what you're gonna wanna do if you don't know how to sing an E. You're gonna go E, and we don't wanna use that E because it's getting the sound into your nose and your tongue is lifted up. So the way I have most people practice this is we'll go from an ah to an E really slowly, and you're gonna get used to only lifting the back of the tongue up. So what you're gonna do is this. I. So basically what you're thinking is, how little do I need to move my tongue to make that E vowel? Singing in language is complicated and it's gonna take time to break down, but you can learn it. A tongue depressor or a popsicle stick are my favorite tools to kind of see if someone has tongue tension, and I'll have them do exercises with it, which we will show you in another video. If you have questions on tongue, on language, on any of this, please comment below and I'll be happy to reply. I hope you have a great day.